Hey guys, what is up? I know I haven't done this for a long time because I've been lazy, and during the weekend, last weekend, I got very sick, so I couldn't do that for like 2 days. I could have done that like on Sunday or Monday because I had school off Monday, but no. Also, I just thought, let's just do this because I'm gonna be lazy. I'm sick of being lazy. I have to do this in order to make sure I don't lose any subscribers. And also, there's a friend at my school who actually bothered me about it. And sure, I don't need to satisfy anyone's needs, but hey, maybe get them off my back. I don't care for being an asshole. I just being fucking honest with you people. So yeah, I'm getting moving a little away from that and just getting straight to the review. I'm reviewing the first movie I saw in 2016. I just saw it on the first, actually on January 1st on Friday. I think I had school off that day. Oh yeah, it was still the holiday break. I got lucky. The Hateful Eight, the eighth film from Quentin Tarantino, been directed by him, starring, Jesus Christ, one hell of an ensemble. Samuel Jackson, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Walton Goggins, Damian Beecher, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, Bruce Dern, James Parks, Dana Goyer, Zoe Bell. Also has like a Channing Tatum. Tarantino's an uncredited narrator? Did I miss that part? Fuck. Yeah, I've been waiting for this movie too long. Ah well. And this movie is about, it's set after the Civil War. Of course, Samuel Jackson plays a bounty hunter who has some bounties, and of course he comes to two people, well, three people. They're like involving a stagecoach. Kurt Russell, he's also a bounty hunter. Jennifer Jason Leigh is his prisoner, and there's also a guy who's using the stagecoach, like he's riding it or something like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. He tags along with them, then they stop at a cabin in the middle of Wyoming. Nowhere, basically. Snow, isolated from everybody else. And they find three more people in there. Wait, is it three? Wait. Fuck. Oh no, they pick up a sheriff along the way, the people in the stagecoach. Then they stop there. Yeah, then it evens out. There's 8 people there, and while they're getting settled in, some stuff comes up, and there, of course, some people aren't trusting of others, and it's a bit of a mystery. And then sometimes at points chaos ensue, and another Tarantino modern classic is born. Of course, I was excited for this. How the hell could you not be excited for this? Number one, it's a Tarantino movie, and even though I haven't seen every one of his films, kill me now, but I will watch most of it. I will watch more of his stuff. I've seen Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Basterds, Django Unchained. He's a very talented director. He's excellent with dialogue, and he obviously can do well with. He's a very good director, and of course, he really proved himself in the Western genre with Django Unchained last 3 years ago. Shit, 3 years. I mean, 3 years before this film came out. Jesus Christ, it's been that long? Damn. That film's so cheap to buy now, actually. I own it. Thank God I do. I mean, the one thing. I mean, of course I was excited for it. And of course we all know about the issues, the script being leaked, Tarantino saying he was going to make it into a book. After doing the live reading, he said make it into a movie. He did some changes, and he made it into a movie, and now we have it. And I'm so satisfied this movie was made because I absolutely loved it. Like I said in the beginning, it's such a great movie. It's a great Western. We need more Westerns, especially more good ones, because we aren't getting enough of those. And I do like the Western genre. I love Unforgiven, A Fistful of Dollars. You know why. I do. Anyways, let's get to the movie. One thing, I love the production design. I love the art direction. I love the use of the setting, and I love the costume design. It just feels like you're in the time period you're in. I love the use of isolation. It just fits off so well. It basically cut off from civilization. Also, you really feel like you're in the cult setting. You feel like you're in a blizzard. Yes, I also forgot to mention it was set during a blizzard, and you feel that. Like you really you really get into the location. And I like the cinematography from Robert Richardson. Very good. I like the use of wide angles. It just feels like an old-fashioned film. I wish I saw the Roadshow version, but I didn't get that lucky. Maybe they'll release on DVD one day. We can hope. I did see a regular version, and that's fine. I still really liked it for what it was. I also have to say I didn't want to leave that theater whenever I was watching it because it was actually a very engaging ride. I can't deny that. It was so freaking... I couldn't stop. I was getting so invested in the story and in these characters. These characters are not really that likable on paper, but the more you get to know them, the more memorable they are. Samuel Jackson, love this character. I love Samuel Jackson. He was probably even Oscar worthy. He had a lot of sarcastic wit. He made a lot of sarcastic jokes, and he was not afraid to go far for the comedy. Love that. Absolutely loved it. Oh man, he really had some shocking moments that make you wonder, Jesus Christ, now I hate this guy. I want to hate this guy, but he's just so damn likable on screen. Kurt Russell, oh, I love that guy. He had one hell of a year, 2015, with Furious 7, and now this. This being one of my favorite roles from the guy, because I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. Yeah, that sucks. I love him here, though. You know, he was very over the top. Sometimes he'll be loud. Sometimes he'll just be very aggressive, and he's unrestrained when it comes to violence. Especially towards, like, his prisoner, Jennifer Jason Leigh, who I also love. Jennifer Jason Leigh actually, at points, terrified me. She really does have some scary moments. And also, she's pretty funny at times. Seriously. I mean, wow. She can be sometimes pretty scary. Especially at that one point you may have seen the trailer. And when you get to hell, tell him Daisy sent you. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. You know the scene I'm talking about. That was freaking intense. Also, she just gets the shit handed. She just gets her ass handed to her so many times. She gets hit like Samuel Jackson plays John Ruth, the bounty hunter. He beats the shit out of her sometimes. Also, she gets coated in blood. Seriously, it's so fucking bloody. And seriously, she gets covered in it yet, and it's disgusting at points, but the one thing is, it didn't make me throw up or anything. That's really saying something, how this guy can handle gore and not make it extremely disgusting, yet still be over the top and still have this surprising appeal to it. Now, I know it sounds kind of disturbing, but you get the idea. He manages to throw gore on screen, but it never turns me away from this film. I keep my eyes glued to the screen because I just like where it's going. The set, like I said, they use this. It feels like you're in the cabin. And I do like how they use this setting. I mean, I really do. You're isolated. You're cut away from the rest of humanity. You just don't know. You don't have any other contacts. And these people, you don't know them. Sometimes they're gonna be saying some stuff, but otherwise you don't know if they're making up or anything or not. And tensions just rise between these people. And sometimes just situations will just come out of nowhere, and you feel like, what the hell's happening next? It's really kind of like a mystery involving like these characters, like the truth about them. In all honesty. And if there's any connections between these two or not, it's a very bizarre. It's kind of like what people said, Clue. I have not seen Clue. Hate me. I will watch it one day. But people say it's what it is, so I guess it's the case. I haven't seen it, so I can't really make the comparison at this time. Also, of course, the dialogue is top-notch. Absolutely loved it. I love the monologue from Samuel Jackson. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. That monologue, man, that was crazy as all hell. Man, that was just scary. Man, that was just disturbing. That was over the top. Yet it works. The dialogue just works. I mean, this guy knows how to write dialogue. He can build tension just with conversations. That really tells you something. Usually a dialogue scene can just bore the hell out of you sometimes. Especially with exposition, but this ain't exposition at all. Well, I don't think so. It was so frickin'... Jesus Christ. It's effective dialogue, and there's great building tension between some people at points. And wow! Wow. There's great lines here. Also, Jesus, this cast shines! Walton Goggins, I thought he was pretty funny. You know, he's a bit like, he's a bit naive. Also, he's a bit like silly, but he has a charm to him. These characters have their own bizarre charm to them. Jennifer Jason Leigh, she kind of just, this charm just comes from being a psychopath. Being very just crazy. I'm taking this woman to hang. Love that. That was always funny. She's just crazy as all hell. Also, I have to say, I did like that scene where she was singing, then of course it got smacked. The guitar got smashed. Slap in the face for her. Oh, man. Channing Tatum's cameo. Actually, he is a very small part, but I actually kind of like that. It was cool, I guess. And seriously, for 2 hours, 47 minutes, because I think the road show is like an extra 20. I don't know. This is less than 3 hours, my version. Huh. It never really got boring for me. I was so interested in where it's going. It does have a long setup. It does take a while to get set up, but I won't deny that even before then I was still enjoying it because, number one, I like that style. Also, Ennio Morricone's score is pretty good. I also like the opening shot with that music that was kind of coming. I don't remember the complete... that's the one track I remember the most out of all of them, but hey, I like the score overall, and I do hope Morricone wins with the Oscar for Best Original Score. It may just go with John Williams again for Star Wars Force Awakens, though I wasn't 100% blown away, but even though his score wasn't as great, I don't know. Morricone to me was a bit more memorable, I guess. That's me, though. I can't say much about the scores. I really gotta watch that movie again. I wish I didn't wait too long, in all honesty. Yeah. I mean, all the characters have their own unique personalities, and they're memorable. Damien Beecher, I also really liked. You know, I mean, I really liked him on the screen. Tim Roth, I swear, he almost looks like Christoph Waltz. Anyone else get that feeling? And he almost feels like, you know, Christoph Waltz's character, he almost feels like, shit, what the hell am I name? He almost feels like, you know, Christoph Waltz characters, King Schultz. I swear he also reminds me of that. Not only is his appearance very similar, but also the way he acts, the way he delivers his dialogue, his mannerisms, his personality. It feels like that. Seriously, anyone got that same feeling? Anyone got that same vibe? Comment below if you did. Seriously, that's pretty crazy. Michael Madsen was also pretty good. Bruce Dern, loved him. But seriously, I mean, the stuff he goes through in this movie is sometimes amazing to me. Yeah, poor guy. This guy's sort of a lot of shit. You see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I don't really want to spoil anything. There's like 2 flashbacks. There's one that's kind of brief. And then there's also one that's a bit longer. But, hey, okay. It does have a long... I also like the Mexican. I thought he was pretty funny. Hell, there was actually a scene that actually shocked the hell out of me. That I actually said, oh shit, out loud in the theater. That really tells you something when I thought, oh my god, this actually happened. I really was surprised. The violence, even though this guy is known for fucking violence, being over the top as possible, being as unrestrained as possible, and yet making it entertaining, damn, this guy went far still. He really surprised me with the violence. I really tells you something. They didn't really spoil much violence in the trailers, in all honesty. Great marketing. The ensemble cast is great as well. I mean, like I said about how great the ensemble cast is. They all have their own unique personalities. They're all very fun to watch on screen. I just really enjoyed them. I even like Channing Tatum, even if it was very brief. Even the other cast members who I didn't talk about already. So yeah, they're pretty good. So they don't have a small role, but overall works. The violence is great, and I love its blend of humor, drama, actually, sometimes at times drama and action. Even though there's not a lot of action, whenever it's there, it's rewarding as hell. It really is entertaining. It has a lot of bloody shootouts, and seriously, there are times where it gets so fucking so risque. 50 Shades of Grey's got none. Seriously. 50 Shades of Grey ain't got shit on this. Seriously, 50 Shades of Grey. I'm gonna go back to that. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like almost forcing it in there because 50 Shades of Grey was so tame. Although we already know that because some of us have seen that movie. Ugh, why did I have to watch more? Side note. Let's continue on. Seriously, the violence is over the top. Seriously, I was really surprised how far he went with the violence. And even with some of the more small details, the graphic parts, I was really surprised at how violent it actually got. Even though I know this guy can be crazy over the top of violence. He just managed to really surprise me. That really says something with violence, knowing that this guy is known for being as over the top as possible. That really tells you something. And the movie never got boring for me. I was always interested in seeing where it went. Seriously, for a movie this long, I was really surprised. I really had to say, man, this guy really used his runtime mostly effectively. There are a couple negatives I have with this movie. The setup is a bit too long. I never had a big problem with it because I was interested in seeing where it's going. Mostly because how they set up the mystery behind these characters. I never had a big problem with the setup. It never really bothered me in all honesty. There's also a flashback that was interesting. It almost felt a little slowed down. I guess it's nice. I guess you could say it's kind of better than having expositional dialogue actually showing us what happens. Since, of course, with filmmaking, it's visual medium, so you show, don't tell. It never really bothered me that much. It kind of felt like, okay, it's kind of dragging a little bit, but it kind of picked up there on in. And it managed to still surprise. I mean, seriously, even in its weak parts, they really weren't that weak enough to really kill the enjoyment of the movie for me. I was really having a hell of a fun time with this movie. There were some twists and turns were very rewarding. The action was good whenever it was there, even though there wasn't a lot of it. It was more dialogue based, and the dialogue was actually pretty intense. The mystery is also very intriguing. I like this setting. I love the production design. I love the art direction. It feels like you're in that post-Civil War. It just looks realistic, I have to say. Yes. I like the cinematography. I like the use of wide takes. It feels like a Western. I love the locations. They're beautiful to look at. Also, the opening shot was great. That's actually a long take. I was really surprised how they really used that effectively. Also, of course, I like the score from Morricone. I got to watch The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I got to. But you know what? It's nice catching on movie reviews. There really isn't a lot of weak points to me, in my opinion. Maybe I'm being a little nice with this, my grade for this movie. But I have to say, even with its weak points, this movie still had enough positives to outweigh the negatives. It really had a lot of good stuff here. I love the cast. I love so much of this. It really did surprise. Seriously, I never knew where the hell it was going to go. It's a very unpredictable mystery. I was really surprised. I liked the payoff. I enjoyed it. I did. Seriously, also, the comedy is very strong. I really like the comedy. I was actually laughing out loud several times, and so were the people in my theater. Hell, there was actually a ton of people in my theater, actually. Cool. Yeah, I laughed out loud several times. I think some of my best laughs came from Samuel L. Jackson, in all honesty. Also, I guess, like, Damien Beecher was kind of... Wait, is it Beecher? Was that him? Or was I talking about was I thinking of someone else? I don't know, but also, like, the guy, like, the sheriff that comes along in the stagecoach. He also made me laugh a couple times, especially the way he reacts. He always just like acts almost like he's a bit naive or something. If any of you guys got that same vibe, comment below. Oh, Walton Goggins. That's who I'm referring to. Yeah, Walton Goggins. That's who I was talking about. Yeah, Michael Madsen had a good personality. I mean, these characters have their own unique personalities, and they're just memorable characters. I really did like this movie. It's very violent over the top, but it has this unique appeal to it that really is hard to capture something like this. I really can't stress enough. I love this movie. I did. I loved it. Another modern class from Tarantino. It's sad he's only making 10 films. I'd like to see him make more. I think he's saying he's going to do a horror film. I'd like to see what he does with that. I just want to see more from this guy. I'm just hoping he goes out on a huge high note because this ain't my favorite Tarantino movie, and but I mean, this is a great film in my opinion. I really did. I had a great time watching this movie. I had so much fun watching it. Love the characters, love the dialogue. I like the mystery. I like the mystery with all these characters. I like the situations. I love the production values. They're very good. I love the cinematography, the score. I just love so much of this movie. And the weak points are they're minute compared to this. It's more like nitpicks in all honesty. Come on. You know it's going to give it this grade. Hateful Eight, 5 out of 5. Guys, I love this movie. Tarantino created another classic, another try. Can this guy make a bad movie? Okay, sure. I honestly are not the biggest fans of Death Proof, but I've yet to see that. But seriously, this guy is such a unique talent. He's not afraid to go far, and he goes all out for it. Yes, dude. Studios are willing to let him do what he wants, and it works. Something like this could just be ridiculous bullshit. It could be just like nonsensical bullshit, but it works. He has a style that's really unique. No one can replicate this. Thank you, Tarantino. Thank you, Ensemble Cast. You guys were fantastic. Tarantino, your script is as great as ever. Love your dialogue. Just thank you for making another good Western. Go on a high note. Anyways, guys, my review of The Hateful Eight. Back doing movie reviews. Comment below. What do you think of The Hateful Eight? What's your favorite Tarantino film? Mine's Pulp Fiction. How would you rank up Hateful Eight with his other films? How would you compare it to his other films? Are you sad he's going to be making only 10 films? Do you hope that's not the case? Because I'd like to see him make more films because of his talent. But you obviously know that. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more videos, and go on back to movie reviews.